Okay. I'm not entirely sure how this is going to go. Not. We're gonna go. I can't use my headset because it only has a mic outlet. And I plugged it in, but apparently it's not registering. So you're listening on my brand new microphone on my brand new laptop. It's got Sonic Master on it. Yeah, that's printed right into the aluminum frame. But apparently it's DVD quality for audio. So that's good. Let me put that over there. Okay. So yeah, howdy folks. Been a while. It's been a while. Yeah, it's oh god. Hang on, because I got a super fast fucking laptop now. Oh Jesus, yeah. It's been let's see, March 22nd. Oof. Yeah, it's been like 6 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6. Yeah, about a little, almost 7 weeks. That's a long time. I've been neglecting you folks, and I'm sorry for that. I'm at my friend Ricky's place, dog sitting. I just got off of work, so not sure how long I'll be on stream. But if you hear two idiots moaning and growling and barking at each other, that's their dogs, Wesson and Copper. So yeah, let's see. Been having a grand old time. Grand old time. I'm dying of thirst. Busted my balls today at Sipacan. Sweeping a lot. Well, lots. And before that, we spent the first like 4.5, 5 hours mowing the industrial park in the soaking wet grass while it was drizzling. Always fun. Other than that, I've just been doing the regular. But yeah, so I finally got my taxes back, my federal, and I got myself this shiny new fucking laptop, and I'm absolutely fucking in love with it. It's so fast. I can play all my games on the highest fucking settings. She's silent, like you can't hear the fan at all. So either tonight or tomorrow, when I go out to breakfast every Sunday. Before it was just with Ricky, now it's with Josh. So Josh comes with me and Ricky. Also, me and Ricky have like for the last 4 or 5 weeks, like every Sunday, have been going on hikes. We try and aim for about 8 miles per day, like Sunday. So we've been doing pretty good so far. But tomorrow morning at breakfast, I'll pick Josh's brain if I can't pick it tonight, because I need to set up OBS so I can start streaming games. That way you guys can watch me play the life and times of me, aka the Long Dark. Or you guys can watch me play Stellaris as the Imperium of Man, and I'll show you how fucking broken the build is. Or Subnautica. Or Fallout New Vegas. Or Skyrim. Or any of those. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. It'll be great. Can't fucking wait. Yes, Art, okay, so thank you for reminding me, Stent, because there is so much shit on my old computer that I keep forgetting certain things. Like on here, I was like, I can't fucking I can't stream because I have Firefox. That's my go-to. So I like as soon as I got everything updated on the laptop and all that, I downloaded Firefox. Then I set up the stream today, and I'm like, fuck, I can't stream on fucking Firefox anymore because fucking Google and YouTube's bullshit. I forgot Chrome. So now I just installed Chrome. Now this. Also, hi Queen. Um, so yes, I gotta get PSX, and I gotta grab the rest of my emulators, bring them over onto here through a flash drive because a lot of the emulation sites I used to go to are no more. I am exhausted, Queen. I'm exhausted, grumpy, and hangry. I am fucking starving. I got a can of SpaghettiO Franks just sitting on the counter. And I ain't eating them because I'm doing a stream. But yeah, I'll be able to do Arc the Lad. Oh my God, Sten! I'll be able to do Arc the Lad, and it won't skip. The music won't skip, so you guys will be able to hear the audio. I'm probably gonna redo the whole fucking thing. I'll just delete the old file. I'll delete the old videos and just make new ones. That'll be great. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Also, I gotta play 7 Days to Die. I like Queen got me that. Also, I gotta play golf with friends with her. And Talisman. Whenever fucking Queen gets on fucking Steam and hits me up. No. Like, I had 3 Subway sandwiches when I was going towards the job site. So I can hold off for a little bit. If anything, I'm dying of thirst because we were blowing down sandlots. But yeah, can't wait. Gonna play all the games. I literally started tearing up when I was playing the Long Dark because they added so much new shit. And then I was freaking the fuck out when I was able to play Subnautica. Also, little side tangent. I am absolutely gobsmacked that Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and I'd say 95% of Let's Players who I've seen on YouTube play Subnautica have literally stretched out that game. It is insane to me. Like Jacksepticeye and I'll say Markiplier does like half hour, 45-minute episodes. Jack does like an hour ish, usually between 55 to like an hour and 20-minute long episodes for Subnautica. So I'm thinking, wow, because they always complain about the grind. They're like, fuck, I gotta get copper. Oh, I gotta get gold or silver, blah, 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 blah. It's like, I played for half an hour. I had found practically everything I needed right from the get-go. I found all the parts of the Seamoth, the mobile fucking vehicle bay, the moon pool, oh god, I forgot the name of the little fucking the fucking motorized fucking propeller thing that you hold on to. I can't remember it. I got the fucking laser. I found the laser cutter. I found the fucking repair tool. Like, I found a bunch of shit. And then I just took the Seamoth, went to the island, found the fucking the bases on the island, scanned all that, then went back in 45 minutes tops total from me starting the game off to that point. I'd already built the base. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. And they make it seem like it's this arduous fucking task to find these resources. I'm going to try and stream on Twitch, Queen. I gotta pick. Like I said, I gotta pick my friend Josh's brain for OBS on how to get all the settings set up. Just checking on you, Wesson. Don't want you eating anything that you're not supposed to be chewing on. Let's see. Yes. You'll just hear. I'll make an ASMR video just for you, Queen, and it'll just be me repeatedly saying "omelette du fromage," like Dexter. My neck. Let's see. Also, I will tell you the only thing that's really happened personally to me, besides going to breakfast every Sunday with Ricky and Josh. I met someone on Tinder. She's nice. We're going slow, and she's homeless with 2 kids. I think it was a week ago. She added me on Facebook. Before that, we spent like a week and a half talking on Tinder, which sucks. Fuck Tinder when it comes to the messaging system they got. But she just got a new job this Monday as I shit you not, an insulation installation assistant. So she's worked like 50 plus hours roughly since Monday. She has today off, and I believe she has tomorrow off. So at least she gets the weekends off. But yeah, she's living in a shelter. And she gets. That was Josh. Give me a second. Oh, God. That's a quote from the text to if the Emperor had a text to speech device. So Warhammer 40K parody. It's Mini Magnus. Mini Magnus is kind of mentally handicapped, and me and Josh find it fucking hilarious. So I made that his text message notification sound. But apparently Ricky wants him to come by to play cards tonight, so he asked me if he should pick up Cards Against Humanity from his place. And I just asked him what time Ricky told him to be here and when Ricky's going to be back. That way, everything will go smoothly. Oh, I also bought Settlers of Catan, the board game. And Ricky and Maddie were making fun of me about it. And I told them it's actually a really fun game. And sure as shit, God damn it, Josh. Oh, lovely. Ricky didn't say anything to him. Just, do you want to play cards? Okay. Put that on vibrate. That way you guys don't get deafened by that. But yeah, we played that night after I bought Settlers of Catan. We played for like 4 hours. And every so often they want to break out the box and play. So that's been fun. But yeah, other than that, Settlers of Catan and fucking Tinder lady. Also, her name on Tinder was confidential because she didn't want her name out there. But they're going okay. It's been going okay. I did talk to Bree. Softball is my love. I reconnected with her on Kick. She hasn't talked to me in like a week now. That's about it, really. Hopefully, now I get to talk about what the whole stream is: Game of Thrones and Endgame. Queen, I know you watch Game of Thrones. Have you watched the latest episode? That way I don't spoil it for you. Because I got a lot to talk about. Oh, so much. Oh, so much to talk about. Just gotta wait. Also, fucking Josh wants to buy Cards Against Humanity. The prick. Also, hopefully it doesn't rain tomorrow because I'm gonna need I need to hike. I'm not sure if Queen is alive or dead. Not entirely sure. Ooh, pizza. Always good. Okay. Queen is MIA, so I'm going to ramble on about fucking Game of Thrones spoilers because hang on, I'm gonna pop the chat out. Yeah, pop that chat out, and then okay. So Game of Thrones has just fucking nosedived. It has nosedived severely. And I understand, like, I've read the books, I think it's seasons 5 and 6. Hey, Chemo. And yes, I did say Game of Thrones because I'm going to be rambling about Game of Thrones. But I know it's either season 5 or season 6. I mean, yeah, they've completely like skipped over the Dorne subplot and the Aegon fucking subplot in the books. They've completely skipped over a bunch of shit from the books. But like the biggest chunks like have gone completely off the rails by season 6. I don't know. Season 8's just it's bad. Season 8 is kind of like, I'll say this: episode 1 and most of episode 2 are good. There's like 6 episodes this season. Episode 3 The latest one that came out this Sunday. Episode 4 is coming out tomorrow. This last episode was, I did not like it. I did not. Also, I will talk about that chemo. I will talk about the fucking that trailer. See, I don't. There's a few things that I hate about it, but I wouldn't say that I'm one of those camps. I'm more in the middle. Uh, for the most part. But I'll get into it. So the whole second episode, Sten, was filler, straight filler, but it was like character development filler. Like we had all the main cast that have survived the last 8 seasons in Winterfell, and they were all talking to each other, and it was good for the most part. I didn't like. Oh God, what fucking part was it? Because it's been like 2 weeks since I saw the second episode. Like I felt like it dragged on. That's probably the biggest thing. I felt like they're building up this monumental event, but there's only 6 episodes. So like in the back of my head, I just kept thinking to myself, okay, let's go. Come on, hurry up. Like there's only 3-4 episodes after this. I'd like to get to the like I want all this shit to be fleshed out and done. Like we had all this time. Give me a second. But it just felt so long. It was like it was like somebody reading War and Peace to me. Like I had to I literally paused the episode halfway through, started dozing off, and then I fucking woke up. Like I woke up after copping a nod and went back to watching it. And then episode 3 comes out, and it's just meh. So like the last 2 episodes have shown Gendry building, essentially helping craft all the dragon glass needed for weapons. He's making axe heads, daggers, swords, arrowheads. They're building all kinds of fucking traps and defenses that are just lined with dragon glass and shards of it. All the parapets and battlements of Winterfell have these chunks and shards of dragon's glass, like implanted into the sides, so that if like the whites crawl over and stab it, they die. All kinds of stuff. And then Jon's whole battle plan is have my cavalry in the front of Winterfell, a massive castle, then have the Unsullied behind them with the rest of the infantry. I'm going to have my whole army outside of like a literal fort. Castles are designed as a defensive structure, and he puts his whole army in the front. Even though at the end of the episode, the previous episode, episode 2, Bran's like, nah, fuck it. The Night King's only looking for me. Use me as bait. And it's like, why not just follow Bran's plan, have him as bait, and then just defend the castle? Slowly whittle down the whites until the White Walkers are like, fuck this. Like, we can't get through the castle walls. Send in the White Walkers. And then just fucking mow them down. Because you can make choke points everywhere. So there's that. Then Melisandre comes back out of fucking left field. Give me 1 second. Goddamn dog. Chewing on something he's not supposed to be chewing on. So Melisandre comes back, and see, this is something that questions. It just raises too many questions. So the Dothraki horde, which is essentially all Jon Snow's cavalry, have normal steel weapons. They don't have dragon glass. They have normal steel weapons. It has been established in the show and in the books. It's not really going to do much to the undead. It's not going to do dick to the White Walkers. It just shatters because of how cold they are. Melisandre comes out of nowhere and just places an incantation on one sword, and then all the Dothraki's swords set ablaze into fire. So they're all flaming swords now. And then they charge. Like Jorah Mormont is leading this cavalry charge headlong into the whites. And you can't see the whites. You just see the flickering flames of the swords, and then you just slowly see them all dim because the Dothraki get annihilated. Hey, Jen. But it's like, why would you send your cavalry in? I'll get to that point in a second, Chemo. So, cavalry get wiped out. And it's like, well, fuck. And then you see the stragglers coming back, and they're all panicked. Jorah Mormont's on his horse, rides, they come back. And then the Unsullied, essentially, they just have a massive fucking battle in front of the fort of Winterfell. Then there's a giant moat they've made around Winterfell that they light on fire. And they light it on fire after Grey Worm leaves most of his men in front of the moat to die as a basically as a stalling tactic. And then the deaths. I am upset about some of the deaths. So Jon Snow can ride a dragon, and in this episode he's riding one of Daenerys's dragons. And him and her are flying these dragons, scouting for the undead dragon Viserys or Viserion, which the Night King is riding. And they fuck up Viserion, and the Night King falls off. And now, again, another question. Daenerys flies down and she calls out, basically yells out Dracarys, which is fire, basically telling her dragon to light him ablaze. You would think Jon would have told Daenerys, like, fire's not going to work on this guy. I've seen White Walkers just walk through flames and they've just extinguished the flames. But, like, it's a total Dragon Ball Z moment, and I already knew what was happening. I'm like, no, the Night King's not going to be taken out by that. And then he smiles and he just tries to throw an ice javelin at her to kill her, or fucking Drogon, her dragon. She flies off. Jon gets fucking taken out of the sky and his dragon crash lands. And then Jon starts chasing after the Night King, who's also on foot. And then the Night King just raises all the dead that have been dying. So all the people that fending Winterfell that have died, risen. All the fucking men who died outside of Winterfell, they'd come back as zombies. I will state, and Chemo might laugh, or he might get annoyed. I died laughing when fucking Lady Mormont got kicked by the giant the undead giant when it came through the gate. That was probably the funniest fucking moment in this episode. You've got like this 10-year-old girl screaming out battle commands to her troops, and then the gate immediately breaks open, and it's a fucking giant, and it just fucking bat cans her. You just hear a screech as she flies off screen. And then she's cowering, and she gets clutched by him, and she pulls out a dragon glass dagger and stabs him in the eye as he's squeezing the life out of her. So she dies, and he dies. They killed my boy, Chemo. They killed my fucking boy. I'm sad. They killed one of my favorite characters in this episode. Fucking so I'll get to his death. So Arya, this whole time, Arya has been built up to be this uber badass since she came back to Winterfell. Like she can go toe to toe with Brienne of Tarth. She's fucking this insane, highly trained assassin, and she's all gung ho. Like last episode, all gung ho. I can't wait to see the face of death, like this face of death. And she fucking hits, like tosses 3 daggers on the same point on a beam of wood to show just how badass she is. And then for most of the episode, she's like PTSD, like she's blue screening, and she's all scared and frightened. But she's supposed to be this uber faceless man. So she's running around screaming because, like, zombies? Like, the previous episode, you asked Gendry, like, you faced these before. What are they like? How do they fight? And he's like, they're death. They are literally death. Like, they don't tire. Like, they are incredibly strong. They are fucking zombies. They're zombies. And she's like, I can handle this. And then this episode, most of the episode is, I can't handle this. So she's screaming and hollering, and she runs into the fucking one of the towers of Winterfell, and the Hound and Beric Dondarrion are fighting tooth and nail with the rest of the surviving cast. And Beric's like, you see her? She's scared. You need to go save her, Sandor Clegane. And Sandor's like, yeah, fuck it. So Sandor and Beric Dondarrion go in to save her. And so we get this whole fucking, like, 10-minute long segment. This whole 10-minute segment of her, like, sneaking around, scared, while there's, like, a bunch of... and here's another question. Why are these whites all calm and placid? Because they're all slowly walking around lumbering like normal, like, Romero zombies in the library. And then she finally sneaks out. The whites find out. They start chasing after her. And fucking my man, Beric Dondarrion, comes out with his flaming fucking longsword, and he just hurls it and kills the white that's tackled Arya. And then he gets stabbed. And stabbed. And stabbed again. As the Hound and Arya keep running. And they killed him, Chemo. They killed Beric. Why? Why'd they kill Beric Dondarrion? One of the most badass motherfuckers on the show still. And they kill him. And I know he's dead in the books. He's been dead for God knows how many books. But man, I like Beric. And like he's basically just trying to stop the whites from getting to the Hound and Arya. And then he finally falls through the door. And then Melisandre's just in the Great Hall for some fucking reason, standing there. And she's like, he served his purpose. And it's like, how'd he serve his what? His purpose was to, like, you know, just hold back an army of the undead in a hallway? That's what the Lord of Light had, like, What? What? Stupid. Beric should have gone out like a fucking boss. Like I know people love to theorize like what's going to happen in Game of Thrones, but like during the White Hunt in season 7 when Beric is standing there with Jon while they're standing on that little island in the fucking frozen lake just freezing to death, he's like, we need to get to him. And I'm thinking, like, man, it would be so awesome if like Beric sacrifices himself just so Jon can get like I basically wanted Beric Dondarrion and Jon Snow to basically tag team the Night King. And then Beric takes the fucking like the shot and sacrifices himself so that it opens up the Night King so that Jon can lay down the killing blow. I felt like because both of them were talking like that whole episode on the White Hunt about how they both have been brought back for a purpose. So I thought they were implying that both of them were going to work together on killing the Night King, and it's like no, like Beric's going to die in a hallway, saving Arya and the Hound, and it's like, man, and like then Melisandre just like pep talks Arya, and then Arya's like, okay, I'm not scared anymore, even though like I'm going to go back to being an Uber assassin. Also, and here's another gripe I have, Chemo, with this episode. Why the fuck didn't we get to see Davos fighting? Where the fuck was goddamn Davos? Another one of my favorite characters, the motherfucking Onion Knight. Where was he? I wanted to see more Davos. I wanted to see him fighting. Also, you see a bunch of scenes of Jaime and fucking Brienne of Tarth and Podrick like stuck against the wall, just swinging just blindly because that's basically all they could do. There's hundreds of whites just charging at him, and then you see Sam just laying there, just trying to stab just his best. Also, they killed Ed, like the 999th Lord Commander of the Night's Watch. He died. I was pissed, and he died so abruptly because Ed was one of the first characters I was like, no, in the episode because he was part of the infantry, the frontline infantry, and Sam is fucking useless. Like he even says, I'm just gonna sit down in the crypts. Like I'm not really useful. He even gives his his ancestral Valyrian steel sword to Jorah Mormont because he's like, I'm not going to be useful in this fight. I'm not a fighter. Here, take my awesome, like, badass magical sword. And then Ed's like, Sam, the fuck are you doing out here? Dead. And then he turns into a white. I'm like, no. God damn it. So not only do they kill Ed, but they kill Beric. Like Lady Mormont, I could give two fucks. I could give two shits about her. Sucked. So then we have, after Arya just runs off, like the Hound is just standing there with Melisandre. We cut back to like Jon, and he's fighting through the hordes of the undead, and then fucking Viserion is just guarding the Godswood, where Bran is sitting in his wheelchair with Theon and the rest of like this ragtag group of men. I don't know if they were supposed to be Ironborn or Wildlings, but they all get killed, and it's down to just Theon. And Theon's got a spear, and Bran's just sitting there because Bran's just warging the fuck out, doing nothing except for jumping into the minds of fucking crows or ravens and flying around. And then fucking Bran looks at Theon and says, "You're a good man, Theon. Thank you." As the Night King and the White Walkers are standing there with like 1,000 undead surrounding them. Both of them are surrounded and outnumbered like 1,000 to 1. And what's Theon do? Like, fuck protecting the cripple. I'm gonna charge headlong and get stabbed by the Night King. What the fuck? What the? As soon as I heard Bran say that, I was like, Theon's just gonna be a dumbass, isn't he? And then as soon as Theon just grips his the haft, I'm like, he's gonna do it. Yep, he's doing it. Oh, pointless. Pointless. Theon's fucking spear gets broken in half, and then the Night King just jams him with the fucking broken pointy bit, and then he just drops. I'm like, and that just made me think of fucking Frieza from DBZ Abridged, where it's like a bitch. Like, you just fucking held off undead assaults like all goddamn night, and then you just go and waste it. Why? Just why? And so this whole time, and so Theon dies, and I liked Theon. I know people hate him. There's a lot of people that give Theon shit, but like this makes me go, yeah, he kind of deserves a lot of flack for this episode. And so you got Jon Snow stuck in fucking the courtyard leading into the Godswood, so he can't get to him to save Bran or kill the Night King because there's an undead dragon breathing fire at him. Daenerys gets knocked off of her dragon because she stupidly lands in the middle of a battlefield filled with undead. And so the undead start clinging to her dragon and stabbing him to death. And thankfully, he's not dead, but he flies off and she falls. So Jorah Mormont is literally just a meat shield, a literal meat shield. Like, he is taking stabs left and fucking right. And she's standing there just holding a dagger meekly, like, oh, I'm supposed to be this badass, like, breaker of chains, mother of dragons, breaker of the wheel, queen of the seven kingdoms. Ooh, my sword. Oh no, an undead man. I'm nothing without my dragons. Save me, Jorah Mormont. And so Jorah's like, I got you, babe. Oh, my spleen. Oh, my lung. As he gets stabbed multiple fucking times. And then out of fucking nowhere, as the Night King just stares for like longingly into Bran's eyes, like they don't even talk to each other. Out of fucking left field, I did not see this happening. Arya just leaps 10 feet in the fucking air like fucking Yoda, and then gets chokehold, like grabbed by the throat by the Night King. Then she drops her Valyrian steel dagger into the other hand and stabs him and kills him. And then the whole undead army dies. And I'm like, what? Wait, what? Huh? Who? What? What? That happened? This is how they're doing it. This is how they're doing it. Yep, that's how they did it. Like, and this is my biggest gripe, Chemo. This is my biggest fucking gripe about this episode. They have been building like the Clegane Bowl. Clegane Bowl has been built up. Sandor and Gregor are gonna fucking throw down and kill one another. Totally gonna happen. Like they've been building it up, just like they've been building up the Night King Like they've been building up Jon taking down the Night King. Both these motherfuckers were staring each other down at Hardhome. Like Jon was staring him down, ready to fucking kill him during the White Hunt when Drogon was fucking saving the rest. Like Daenerys and Drogon were picking up all the stragglers from the fucking White searching party. Like they've been building this up. Jon's gonna fucking like bring down the Night King, and then it's like Arya out of fucking nowhere. Like, and now we have 3 episodes. That's the other fucking thing. We have 3 episodes, and then 3 episodes left this season, and it's Cersei. So Cersei, at the end of throughout the whole series of Game of Thrones, Cersei is the main antagonist. She's the final boss. Like they've been building up, like the White Walkers are coming back. The long night. The long night is coming, where women are smothering their like old Nan said, fucking giant fucking ice spiders are gonna come down from the north, and fucking women are gonna smother their children because it's so fucking cold and they have no food to eat. It's euthanasia. Like shit's gonna be real. Well, apparently the long night ain't so long, unless you're talking about one exact night. Because this was an hour and a half long episode at night, and I could see dick. You could have fucking done so much more. Exactly, Sten. They went out with a goddamn whimper. And I'm not one of the people, and I'm definitely not one of the people on Facebook or Twitter or YouTube who are cheering and praising that Arya got the kill. Because like she hasn't dealt with the Night King. She's never fought a White Walker. Like Jon, like if we're gonna go down to like main characters who should have gotten that kill, like they should have fucking had Jon take that. Jon deserved that kill. Also Chemo, they're probably gonna do that. They're probably going to deal with like gathering up what's okay. Here's the other thing, Chemo. Who the fuck is alive? Like the whole episode showed basically everybody got annihilated except for the main cast. Like Daenerys' whole army was completely annihilated. So now I'm sitting here going, how the fuck are they gonna do this? Like, how are they gonna fight? How are they gonna fight against Cersei? She's got the Golden Company. 20,000 men strong. The greatest sellsword army in the whole world. Christ, the women and children in the crypts couldn't like escape from fucking being killed. Plus, they're gonna have to deal with the fact that like the previous episode, Jon basically dropped a bombshell on Daenerys where he's like, "Yeah, I'm your nephew, and we've been fucking." And she's like, "Oh no, I've been fucking my nephew." And he's like, "I know, I'm fucking my aunt." So now not only we're gonna have to deal with such convoluted bullshit now, because now they got to deal with Jon and Daenerys fighting because also I already know she's gonna go the way of her father. She's already doing it, like with the flowery bullshit talk. Like, I hate Daenerys. I've always hated Daenerys. Like, when Jon finally meets like Daenerys, that's like that right there is the fucking pinnacle. It's the it's my distilled apathy towards her. It's ode to hate Daenerys in that whole fucking scene. I'm not sure. But like that whole scene when Jon comes to talk to her, we get like 90 fucking titles. And everybody except for Tyrion and Varys is all cocky about it. Like, oh, the mother of dragons, the breaker of chains, like Khaleesi of the Grass Sea, and blah 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 blah. It's like, yeah, we get it. You get a lot of fucking titles. Do you want to know what Jon Snow's fucking titles are? Like King in the North, the 998th Lord Commander, fucking the man brought back after getting stabbed in the fucking chest by his own men. Like Davos put it simply. This is Jon Snow. He's king of the North. But Jon has gone through fucking hell and back, and he does not care at all. All she's ever talked about are, where are my dragons? I'm going to break the wheel, and this is the Iron Throne is mine. It's mine. It's always flowery talk. It's fucking ugh. I hate her. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get a drink. Okay. But but so over the course of the last I'd say 2 seasons, so the last 2 seasons, Daenerys has gotten more and more edgy, like antsy and anxious about getting like her throne. Like as soon as she got to Westeros, she's just like, I don't give a fuck about politics. I don't give a fuck about like the fact that these houses and noble families have been like well established for 1,000 fucking years since my ancestor took over Westeros. I don't care about that. I just want my throne. And like Tyrion, the whole goddamn time is like, no, you can't do this. Don't destroy. Don't kill the Tarleys. Well, you killed the Tarleys. You dumb bitch. And then like the whole Sansa scene in the second episode where she's sitting there shooting the shit with her and she's all flowery like, I love your brother. Your brother's such a great guy. And Sansa's like, well, what happens after we win the war? And she's like, I take my throne. And Sansa's like, nah, bitch, you ain't getting us. We vowed never to be fucking ruled by that fucking throne again. The North is the North. And Daenerys is like, nah, bitch, I'll fucking kill you if you don't fucking bend the knee. So what I really think is going to happen is Daenerys going to get slapped hardcore. Somebody's going to do it. Somebody is going to fucking kill her. Either that or she's going to... I know it's probably not going to happen, Chemo, but what I really hope is that one of the Scorpion ballista bolts hits her while Drogon's flying. Like they attack King's Landing, and she's all proud of herself and all cocky as she's calling out Dracarys and burning fucking Lannisters left and right. And then fucking Qyburn like launches a ballista bolt, or Bronn launches it, and it fucking strikes her. It doesn't hit Drogon. Drogon can live, but I would die laughing and I could die happy if a fucking ballista bolt just takes her out, hits her center mass, and she just goes flying as Jon's flying on the other one and goes, Danny! I would die laughing. Absolutely fucking love it. Also, I really hate fucking. Oh god, I forgot her name. God damn it! I forgot the fucking bitch's goddamn name. Fucking Daenerys's translator bitch. The one that Grey Worm wants to fucking plow, even though he can't because he's a eunuch. Missandei. Fucking Missandei. She was such a bitch this episode. Because so Sansa and Tyrion are sitting in the crypts and they're shooting the shit and they're like, I totally want to fuck you. Like, but like, both of them are talking about how they like each other and how she's so like, oh, Tyrion, you're the best out of all the Lannisters. It's a good thing Jaime wasn't around because he'd be like, what the fuck? And then she's like, oh well, fuck both of you. Like Daenerys is the best. And it's like, calm the fuck down, bitch. Like you do know, like there's tens of thousands of undead zombies upstairs nibbling the innards of like the men defending you. Your boyfriend's probably getting his brains eaten out. Like he's probably getting skull fucked. And you're over here pissing and moaning about two people who care about each other just reminiscing about the past. Like, you know, trying to cope with the possibility of dying tonight. Meh. Daenerys best. Meh. And it's like, well, fuck you, Missandei. See, I would also like it if Daenerys doesn't like die, like if they do like a year or two time skip in one of these episodes and she has a kid and Jon's all proud and happy, like they've worked out their issues about, you know, being aunt and nephew. Out comes a fucking Hills Have Eyes looking motherfucking baby. And it's got like one leathery wing and a tail, and it's like, kill me. That would be hilarious. It'll it'll never happen, but I'd be like, you know what? Episode 3, Battle of Winterfell, like the long night sucked dick, but this episode like made season 8 worth it. Best part of season 8. I would tell that would probably be my selling point for the whole series. I just sit there and be like, hey, you ever watch Game of Thrones? Nah, I'm not into it. There's a fucked up incest baby that comes in season 8. What? Yeah, it's got a fucking like dragon, like a little fucking rat ass fucking dragon's tail and leathery bat wing, and it screams out, "Kill me!" with one googly eye. Exactly. Yeah, it should look like the duck. Look like the half duck fucking monstrous hybrid. That'd be glorious. But no, I already know. I already know how the fucking series is gonna end. Gendry's gonna restore the House of Baratheon. He's gonna take Storm's End. He's probably not gonna. I doubt Arya and him are gonna marry. I feel like Arya is just gonna like disappear to be a faceless man. Uh, Sam's the fucking heir to the house, to House Tarly. So there's that. He's gonna marry fucking Gilly. Also, Gilly's gotten real fat. That's something I noticed in this episode. Like, no, not this episode. Last episode, because Davos is like, I guess the hand of the fucking king, like Jon Snow's hand, is now head of a soup kitchen, and he's fucking pouring porridge into fucking bowls, and the little girl comes out, and then Gilly comes out of nowhere. I'm like, that can't be her. Is it her? Oh shit, it is Gilly. Damn. She fattened up. Oh shit. Didn't even know. But no, he'll marry. But Sam's gonna marry Gilly. I feel like Jamie's gonna kill. I feel like Jamie's gonna kill Cersei, and he's probably gonna strangle her to death. Danny's like, I honestly think, Chemo, Danny's gonna turn on Jon. Like I feel like that's what they're building it up to, because she's up. Like, she got fucking pissed when Sansa said the North will not bend the knee. They will openly like rebel against the throne. And then Jon is probably going to side with his family over Daenerys. Like, even though he's technically even though she's fucking technically his aunt, and he's technically a Targaryen, as he told Theon, you're a Stark. You're as much a Stark as you are a Greyjoy. Not sure how Euron's gonna die though. He'll probably go out like a bitch. That's my guess. He's gonna go out a bitch, build him up to be this fucking uber badass that sailed all the seas, dead. Like Boba Fett. Um, and I think Jon's just gonna have to take the throne. Like, I feel like that everybody's going to essentially elect him to be the fucking king of the Seven Kingdoms. Because with Danny gone, he'll technically be king of the North. So I guess he'll be just king of the Seven Kingdoms technically by default. But then that raises the question of who the fuck's he gonna fuck and keep like his lineage going? Because he don't have a love interest anymore. Egret's dead. Rest in peace, Egret. You had some nice baps and a nice ass. Also, I want to know what the fuck Bran was doing all episode. There's a lot of people theorizing that they're going to show what he was doing next episode. Doubt it. Just like I doubt the theory, oh, Bran was warging the fucking Night King. See, I feel like when it comes to that, I think the whole "fuck everyone who isn't us" moment stopped when Cersei blew up the Sept with the wildfire that the Mad King made. I feel like that was the point, like that was the changing point where like Jamie was no longer with her, and like since that point he's been slowly drifting away, especially when the fact that she's like, no, fuck all those people. Like the zombies can come, I don't care. And he's like, they are zombies. They do not tire. They'll kill everybody. And she's like, fuck it. If you're gonna leave, I'll kill you. She's like a crazy ex, and he's like, Jesus, bitch. You want to know why he sent more than one raven? He's trying to probably find Mira. Probably just a wee little bit. Probably just had a wee moment of fucking normal lucidity where he's not, I'm the three-eyed raven. Or just staring longingly at someone creepily. He was like, I kind of want to hit that, even though I'm a cripple. And then he warged into some ravens and they flew off to look for Mira. And it's like, Mira's like, get the fuck out of here. But yeah, I ain't so happy. I ain't looking forward to tomorrow night's episode. Sucks. Though, also the theory that fucking Bran is going to be the Night King. Like, so there's a theory that's going on that I don't know how it's got any motion or energy. I don't think George R. R. Martin would be that fucking lazy. But the theory is that there was no long night, and that the long night that people are talking about actually happens in the present, and that Bran is the be all end all green seer, and so he wargs back in time as another Bran to talk about the long night and make that legend so that it will build up the severity of what the fuck is to come so that when it does happen everyone's prepared. But that makes no sense. And like Bran is fucking secretly the grand chess master. Like he's the one that's putting the crazy voices in the Mad King's head. Fucking oh god, what was the other fucking thing that they were saying that Bran orchestrated every event to happen and transpire. And I'm like, no, no, that'd be fucking stupid. That'd be absolutely stupid if that's the and he's the Night King. Like that's the other theory where it's like he's fucking. It's like how, why would he be the Night King? Like, is he pulling an Ozymandias from fucking Watchmen, where he's like, I gotta prank everyone so that everyone says fuck being part of the Seven Kingdoms. Everyone can just live peacefully. How do I do this? I make ice zombies. That's how I'll do it, and I'll kill a quarter of the continent's population to do it. Well, how are you going to do it? I'm going to go back 10,000 years ago. You know, I'm going to build a giant ice wall with magic just for the fuck of it. This is true, Chemo. He does get to bang like a bunch of bitches. And yes, it is a crazy ass fucking theory. It's like, but like people on Reddit are gobbling this fucking thing up, and now people are making YouTube videos about it where it's like the long night never happened. It's like, just no. Please stop. You're embarrassing me. You really are embarrassing me as a fucking like a person that makes theories. What? Ugh. Awful. Fucking awful. Also, Chemo, have you watched Endgame, the new Avengers movie? Because I kind of want to ramble about my distaste for the movie, the parts that I dislike about it. Trying to think how many. I'm trying to count on one hand. Please no to Endgame, or please no to that theory. Oh God. Also, I didn't tell you guys this. This is how much of an idiot I am. So I go to see Endgame. I get off of work on a Saturday. I'm like, last Saturday. I'm like, yeah, Endgame. I get to fucking see this movie finally. I fucking I make I buy my ticket, 5:30 showing. Yeah, gonna see it at 5:30. I'm at the bus station. I'm going to the fucking mall to go see this movie. Can't fucking wait. You get to the movie theater. Sir, we have a a, um, a wife and husband. I'm like, yeah, because I'm checking in to confirm. Like, hey, I'm gonna be here 5:30. Like, what's up with this wife and husband? Well, the husband is handicapped, and there's not enough seating for him and his wife. I'm like, okay. And like, well, we've been asking people if they'd be okay with like giving up their seats so that he can sit down and watch the movie. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine with me. Like, if my like, where's her seat? Well, apparently she was like, there's two sets of handicap seating with caretaker seats, but those had already been taken. And so they were able to swap seats for her to try and get around. I don't know the whole logistics of the fucking thing, but apparently they were trying to find open seats to match both of them so they could both sit together in case he needed to get up and get a drink or go to the bathroom or something, and she'd be there to help him. And I guess they were trying to rearrange everyone in that like that showing so that it'd work out. So I was like, yeah, I'll give up my seat. And they're like, okay, well, we'll give you a we'll bump your showing up as a complimentary, like, thank you for helping. I'm like, okay, what's the time? 10:15 at night. Then I looked at my clock on my phone. It's fucking 3:30 it's 3:30 in the fucking afternoon. I've got like 7 fucking hours before I gotta go see this cocksucking movie. Okay. And so I sat and wandered and walked and window shopped and purchased shit for 7 fucking hours. 7 motherfucking hours. I walked to Walmart. Took me half an hour to walk there and back. And I wandered Walmart. And I bought a bunch of stupid shit. I bought a brand new gaming mouse for my laptop, the new laptop. I bought another phone battery charger thing. so you can charge your phone on the go with a little battery pack. Yeah, I forgot to bring mine. My battery is at like 20%. So I'm like, fuck it. I'll spend $10 on another battery pack. It should have like 20% battery life on that when I purchase it. So I did, just so I could drain it. So like I could fucking get a ride after the movie was done. Then I walked to Barnes and Noble back towards the mall, and I window shopped there. And I bought the Long Halloween graphic novel collection for Batman, because I have Batman Year One, The Dark Knight Returns, The Killing Joke, Nightfall, and God, what was the other one? I forgot the other Batman graphic novel I have. I got a bunch of the Batman graphic novels, but I grabbed that not only just to add to my collection, but also as reading material. So when I'm sitting there waiting, I can sit down and read something. I bought a couple CDs for my father. I bought him two Pixie albums, Doolittle, and I forget what the other one was. It's the yellow one with the metallic cock on it. And then Thin Lizzy greatest hits, because he loves the Pixies and he loves Thin Lizzy. So I got him that. Fuck, what else did I buy? No, I bought a bunch of other stupid shit. I basically blew like $100 that whole day, just killing time. And then I sat down and had pizza at like 5:00, 5:30, and then I sat down and had pizza again at like 7:30, 8:00. And then for like an hour, I sat there reading the book. And then at 9:00, the whole mall closed except for the movie theater. So I had to walk to the movie theater where they had walled it all off. And I hadn't realized it when I went there before. But once I got there around 9:00, I realized there was like 12 to 14 security guards. Like it was like Auschwitz chemo. It was like fucking Auschwitz. You've got people single file coming out of a movie theater, like out of one of the fucking screenings after Endgame was finished, and then you've got like 4 security guards going, men in this line, women in this line, and they're corralling them towards the bathrooms. You've got men guarding the bathrooms. I'm like, oh my god, those must be the gas chambers. Because I started kind of going fucking loopy again. I mean, I got up at like 4:00 in the fucking morning, busted my dick at work, and now it's been like fucking well over 20 hours awake. My brain's starting to fry. And I'm starting to see fucking security guards fucking ordering men and women around. Women and children here, men and children here. Stand in this line. No running, no talking around the fucking people going into the fucking screening. I'm like, Jesus. All for a fucking Marvel movie. And then I spent 3 hours watching the movie. For the most part chemo. I'd say it's not as good as Infinity War. I'd say it's not as good as Infinity War. Um, on a scale of 10, where would I put it? I'd say it's a 7. 7 out of 10. I'd say it's a 7 out of 10 for me, though, Sten. Like, Infinity War is like gold standard big fucking crossover movie now. Like Civil War was good. There was a few bumps. There were a few bumps with Civil War. Mainly the Sokovia Accords. Like I've always hated that plot point in like the original Civil War like comics like storyline. Like this is the universe. Like the comic book universe is fucking absolutely retarded. Like I'm a massive Marvel fan. Don't get me wrong. The fucking universe is full of retards. Like people are totally gung ho about cheering for the fucking Hulk, the jolly angry green giant that smashes stuff. Totally okay with him, but let's murder all those mutants. They're humans that have superpowers. Let's kill them all. Let's build giant, like purple and pink sentient robots to hunt them down and murder them. But we're totally fine with like these superpowered people. Like, what? Like the majority of Manhattan, while they don't like the majority of Manhattan loves Spider-Man. It's just the people that like the conservatives that like J. Jonah Jameson's newspaper, they don't like him. Like the most of the populace of Manhattan likes Spider-Man and are proud to have Spider-Man protecting them. But oh hey, Beast, Beast and Wolverine and Storm are walking down the street. Better hurl a brick at them. It's like what? How? That's so fucking hypocritical. And then it's like, oh wait, yeah, that's right. Magneto is right. Like humans are monsters, and they don't deserve to fucking like dictate what should and should like what should happen to mutants. And then like with the Sokovia Accords, it's like, oh well, you blew up an apartment building, and it's like you do know that there was like Scarlet Witch had to stop a man from blowing the fuck up in the middle of a busy marketplace, right? Where like hundreds of people were. Like if she didn't fucking grab a hold of him and like lift him up into the air next to the building, trying to contain the explosion, like hundreds of people would have died. Like you guys didn't have a problem with the Hulk jumping into fucking apartment buildings in Manhattan during the first Avengers. It was giant aliens. Giant aliens attacked. Look at fucking Age of Ultron, a sentient killer robot. Granted, Tony is a fucking moron and should not have created Ultron, but like giant sentient robot made of like vibranium lifted up a fucking whole city and was going to cause an extinction level event on Earth so that he could like dawn the birth of the fucking machines. They tried to save everyone though. They tried to save every single fucking person there. And it's like, you guys have to sign these accords and you're going to have to be a UN sanction. It's like, how? Each, like, the UN does, like, the UN is a fucking shit show. Both, like, in the real world, it's a shit show. Oh, hey, there's a mass flooding in, like, in Africa. We'll send them protein bars and, like, ship them some crates of bottled water. Matter of fact, give them 5 gift baskets with a "I'm sorry" note. Like, how the fuck is the Avengers gonna operate with a fucking that stupid shit? And then Captain fucking America's like, this is fucking stupid. And like like I don't understand it. Like Cap is right. Like Civil War, Cap is right. I don't care what somebody says. I don't care if people are like, well, Tony was technically right. They're both right. It's like, no, Tony isn't right. Nobody should listen to Tony's opinion. Nobody. Nobody. Nobody should listen to fucking Tony. Like, Tony made Ultron. He made a killer robot. And then in the same movie, he tries to make another robot. I wouldn't even say Tony is reactionary. Like Tony thinks like 6 steps ahead. Like I would say Cap is more reactionary because he reacts to whatever happened. Like when shit hits the fan, there's like Cap's gonna stop it best he can. And like Cap kept saying, like they're gonna muddy the fucking waters, and it's gonna be a legal fucking nightmare. It's pointless. What's the fucking point? We're gonna like we're, what happens if there's a supervillain tromping through fucking Manhattan, killing people left and right? What, we're gonna have to wait for the UN to just be like, "Yep, we've signed all the paperwork. You're okay to go to Manhattan now." It's like supervillain's already gone to Manhattan, wiped out most of the people. Like we've got to be there when it happens. We can't wait for like your all clear sign. But Tony's like, no, we have to. And it's a 180 from his last movie. Because in Age of Ultron, Tony's like, oh, I'm making all these preparations and I'm doing my own thing. We're gonna have multiple Avenger teams, but it's gonna be the Iron Legion. And it's like, okay, kind of a little crazy, but it works. And he's like, well, shit, I fucked up. Well, guess what? I'll take this robot that fucking, like the body that fucking Ultron was making for itself. I'm going to take that and I'm going to put the Soul Stone in it. And then we're going to put a new AI into its brain. And then that can take out Ultron. And it's like, really? Fucking really? Hey, fucking crazy. But hang on. I'm going to check. Okay. Chemo left. It's just you and Queen. Queen's ghosting. Give me 1 second. I'll be back, and then I'll talk about the spoilers. So, spoilers for when I get back, everybody. When you're fucking watching this, I'm gonna spoil Endgame. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for the long delay. I was cooking some food, spaghettios. I'm fucking hungry. Okay, hopefully. God damn it, dog. See you, Chemo. You have a wonderful evening. Let's see. Okay, so spoilers. Spoilers. Uh, so I said it was a 7 out of 10. I am very mixed on the movie, Stan. I am very mixed on the movie. Very, very mixed. Like I understand. I understand. It's a big one. It's a big event. I'll give it that. But there's just Okay. So we have them go look for Thanos at the beginning of the movie. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, they're ripping it right out of the comic books. And then they just flat out kill Thanos. Like this entire fucking time. They could have done this. Like they built up Captain Marvel and she's hardly in the fucking movie. So it's like the fuck was the point of even having her in the movie when she was in it for fucking all of 5 minutes? The guy whose main shtick is I shrink down to the size of an ant had more impact on this movie than she did. You know, the cosmic juggernaut that Marvel keeps saying is the strongest Avenger. Yeah, all of them go to the planet and then kill Thanos. And like then it's a 5 year skip. Give me a second. Uh, but yeah, it's like a 5 year time jump. Cap has gone to being a depression counselor. He's gone to be from being Captain fucking America to depression counselor. Scarlet Scarlet Witch is dead. I don't know why I even brought her up. Uh, It's Black Widow. Black Widow is now like this crazy fucking over the top nut. Yeah, like she's overly prepared for everything. Uh, Hulk gets fat. Not Hulk. Thor gets fat and depressed that he killed Thanos and couldn't save everybody, even though he's the one that killed Thanos. And like Hulk and Banner, but like that's the thing, he didn't fail. Like he did everything he feasibly could with a man who had nigh omnipotence. Also, Hulk and Banner just get over it. That's the other thing. So now they're Professor Hulk. So it's like, wait, what? Ant-Man's daughter went from like 10 years old to 15, 16. Uh, and then Nebula and Raccoon and War Machine are just there. And then Tony, like the only thing that made sense was like Tony realized what had happened. Tony realized what had happened, and he's like, I can't change what happened, so I'm going to try and move on the best I can. And he did. I kind of like that arc with Tony, where it's like we failed, the stones are gone. I have a wife and child now. I can't risk it all. Oh, and one of my favorite characters, Hawkeye, just has this complete left field like heel turn, just completely out of fucking left field. I understand. Yeah, like I know he's been Ronin before, but it's like in this one at least, it's like like his family dies because of the snap, And so he's like, I'm just gonna murder people. I understand most of them are bad, but it's like, you're just gonna murder people? That's it? And like that, and like Black Widow even says, like, it's not gonna bring your family back. It's not gonna bring your family back. And he's like, I don't care. It's like, mm, not really a good answer. Give me a second. Yeah, sorry. Give me 1 second. Okay. But it's like, I understand it's been 5 years, but like from what Black Widow was referencing, it's been like after the snap. So for like 5 years, he's been killing people, and I'm like, eh. Like I understand it's your wife and kids, love of your life, like the loves of your life, like they are your everything. And I would 100% completely understand it. Why wouldn't you like come to the Avengers and try and contact them and figure out what the fuck is happening so that you know, hey, it's this Thanos dude? Like, I don't know. Like, he should have been one of the fucking people going to kill Thanos. And then, like, another big thing, and then, like, the other thing is the the one tells Bruce that the time, like, the Infinity Stones are a constant. Like they are a universal constant, and in the comics they are a universal constant, and they can't be trifled with. And Thanos destroys that constant, that universal constant, and it's like if we're going by like the comics, like you do that, shit fucking starts like reality starts caving in on itself. Like in the comics, like when Galactus got killed in one of the universes, like shit started getting insane because he's a universal constant. Every Marvel universe and dimension has a Galactus, has the Infinity Gauntlets, and there's always two, has the Infinity Stones. Celestials are a thing. and I believe there's always a Franklin Richards, along with a few other key figures. But it's like, why not just have it so it's like, oh, Thanos used the fucking Infinity Gauntlet, and once he did the snap, like the stones disappeared. Why couldn't that be a thing? Because it like the whole movie is a time traveling romp, and it's just because they're fucking up so many things. They're fucking up so many things within the continuity of the movies, like when they fail to get the Tesseract from fucking in the Avengers, and Loki takes it and disappears. Like how when Cap goes back to put the stone back, how does that work? Did he go back in time to when he like before it failed? Like, is Loki still loose in that timeline? But like they did, because what they like that the whole Loki getting like Loki went and got away with the Tesseract because Tony had the suitcase and then Hulk kicked in the door and it knocked everybody over and the suitcase slided. I understand. Well, that's the thing. Like he's gonna, but he has to go back at the exact point to put the Mind Stone back because that was in Loki's scepter. But like, so if when he goes back in time to put that stone back to where it was in that point in time, because like the one says, if you like you take it out of a certain time, like that the reality just disintegrates. And then Banner's like, yeah, but if we come back to the point when we took it and put it back, like things will stay a constant. So it's like he would have to go back and put the Mind Stone back to where it was. But like at the same time, but at the same time, there'd be three. There'd be three Steve Rogers. It's so confusing. I am thankful though that they show that Cap is worthy for Mjolnir, and that he does get to use it to fight against Thanos. I was hoping that that happened in fucking Infinity War. Also, fucking oh god, what was it? I also feel like the whole time machine thing. I feel that was a little rushed. Like, like Scott comes in and he's like, "Oh hey, I got this. We got this fucking this micro universe where time is different. Time flows in a different way, and blah 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 blah." And Tony's completely like adamant it's not going to work. It's impossible. And then like a certain amount of time passes by, and he's like, "Yep, I've built a time machine." And it's what? Like, if anything, if anything, what they should have done is they should have had Tony make a front. Like he's totally against fucking doing anything with the Avengers. And over the past 5 years, he's been working on a time machine or looking into the whole thing because As the movie shows, Tony knows what Scott is talking about. He knows about that whole micro universe shit. He knows about the quantum realm and what Scott is is theorizing could possibly work, like be feasible. So we know that Tony is well versed in this thing. They should have had him working on a time machine. Exactly. Like he should have been able to be like, oh well, like in like to Ginger, to Pepper Potts and his daughter and to the whole world, he is done. He doesn't want anything to do with it. Like the snap happened, leave it at that. We failed. But secretly, he's in his workshop, fucking tinkering around, trying to make a goddamn time machine. And then finally, when it happens, he has a fucking great Scott's moment. And then he fucking goes to the Avengers and he's like, "Hey, I've spent the last 5 years. I've spent the last 5 years making a time, like trying to find a time to make a time machine." And like, have him not go. Just have him not go. It continue like it keeps his work. It have him be like, I figured out time travel. Take it. You guys want to do this? All well and good. And then have them work to try and get Tony into it. But like the whole like Tony wants the past 5 years to be to be a thing, but like just reverse the snap is just kind of jarring to me. Like I can get why he wants that, because he wants his daughter. But it's like, Tony, do you know how much shit has happened in the past 5 years? Also, another thing that makes no fucking sense is why is everyone at Peter's school still in high school? It's been 5 years. What did they all just like? Did the whole Midtown High just mysteriously die just so that Peter could still be in high school? Like it just it like his aunt is going to be like there's just so much shit. It's just so much. There's so much shit that's happened. Like they have an omnipotent glove. They have a glove that can alter reality with a snap. Why not be like, have everyone come back and they've been around for 5 years? Snap. That way, it's been 5 years. All these people, like the people, have lived these 5 years and they know what the fuck's been going on. Like half the world population disappeared 5 years ago. Like the world's governments and like agencies somehow miraculously did not collapse. Like trash is overflowing in the street, buildings abandoned and fucking ramshackled everywhere. We have giant fucking whole parks dedicated to the fallen. Bam, 50% of all life on the planet has come back. Like it's going to be so fucking jarring. Also, time travel is now confirmed to exist and work. Also, why is Vision no longer a thing? Like Vision got his head fucking ripped out, like the chunk, and they even said like we can cut the Mind Stone out so that he feasibly can exist without the Mind Stone. Why didn't they just repair him? But he's gone. How did Cap not fight Red Skull on Morag, where the Soul Stone had to be put back? There's another. Fucking. Oh God, what was the other question? Also, how the whole Gamora thing is completely insane. So, like, Gamora is from an alternate timeline from the previous movie, which is the first Guardians of the Galaxy, which is 2012 or 2014. No, 2014. So 5 years have gone by. So Peter, Nebula, and the rest of the crew are 5 years older than her. They've gone through 5 years of living beside her. She has no recollect. She has no inkling as to any of this. And now there's going to be a budding romance between like Gamora and Quill. Like, is that going to be the whole plot of Volume 3? Like, having Gamora fall in love with Quill all over again? Also, when Tony goes back in time, like when Cap goes back in time, like uh how did the oh my god, like this movie raises too many questions. It's why it's a 7 out of 10 for me, Steph. Because it's like so like Winter Soldier confirmed that Peggy Carter had fucking, I believe she was suffering from Alzheimer's. And if she was not suffering from Alzheimer's, that means that she was lying to Cap the whole time because she was with him. He went back in time to live his life with her. And that makes it even creepier because Cap is started dating Peggy's granddaughter. Niece. And like both of them started bonding over the loss of Peggy. Also, that's another fucking thing. Like she just gets fucking Peggy's niece just gets fucking tossed to the wayside after Civil War. No mention of her. What other fucking big questions was I fucking asking myself while watching the movie? Oh, how are they gonna? What event? How can you top Thanos as a be all end all big bad villain? I don't think you can get any better than Thanos. Like Thanos completed his mission and wiped out half of all life. Like they'd have to build up like the only threats that I can feasibly think that would like merit Avengers would be Doctor Doom, Galactus, Kang the Conqueror maybe, and then maybe Annihilus from the Negative Zone. But like for Galactus and Kang and Annihilus, you'd have to introduce the Fantastic Four because they're the ones that discover the Negative Zone. And again, like the four like the four I mentioned, they're all Fantastic Four villains. Like you can't have Apocalypse because the X-Men are in their own universe. Uh, you really can't do anything. You really can't do anything with fucking Mandarin now because Tony's dead. Oh Jesus! It's almost as bad as like the Mandalorian series because I saw that coming out. I don't know. I just feel like Endgame is literally the title. Endgame. Like, yeah, yeah. I'm like I won't mind seeing Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio, but it's like I'm probably not going to watch every Marvel movie after this. Like Cap was one of my favorites. Thor and Tony. Like Hulk's always been a fucking sidecast character. Always. Like he's better as a fucking ensemble cast member. And then they want to make a fucking Black Widow movie. Ah. But it's like kind of stupid to do an origin story now with her. But like I'm not gonna watch every single fucking. I'll probably watch another Doctor Strange movie if it's good. Uh, I'll probably watch the Spider-Man movies. Other than that, though, Guardians Guardians Volume 3, just on the hope that they bring out Adam Warlock. I'm hoping for that, but they've shut down the Netflix fucking series, so I can't watch Punisher and Daredevil. I know they're doing fucking a Ghost Rider series. Ghost Rider and I forgot the other two. Cloak and Dagger is coming out. Yeah, James Gunn is back on Volume 3, so that's good at least. I don't think he's directing it though. I only think he's writing it. Oh, okay, so he is directing. Nice. It's lovely how fucking reactionary the fucking internet is over fucking jokes from fucking half a decade ago. But yeah. I think I'm going to end it here. I'm getting tired and thirsty. I drank all my sodas. Plus, I need to smoke a cigarette, and I can't smoke in Ricky's apartment. I'm dying for a fucking cigarette. But if you want, Sten, we can talk about this on Skype further, either in the main chat or actually not in the main chat, because probably half the people in the main chat actually watched Endgame. Who knows? Well, I'll put a big old spoiler thing like when we talk about it, so that way we can fucking keep on talking. But yeah, I'm gonna smoke a cigarette, probably grab a couple more drinks, and then probably play a video game. But I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and I will try and do another stream soon. I'm gonna try and figure out OBS and how to get my headset working, because I don't know how good this is compared to my headset, like my laptop mic. But yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.